This lady is my mom. She's the most hardworking and caring person I know. She's the best, my
Oh,
mom.
thank you,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
of course.
I was in Iran for 17 years. Right before I turned 18, I immigrated to the US. It was a very happy childhood. I went to a private school. I had lots of friends. We learned English and we became very much used to keeping the Persian culture, but at the same time learning about Western civilization. At the time, the Shah was in power, and he and his family were very much in favor of women's freedom, liberation, modernization. I wanted to get exposure to a different country. And then after chatting with my dad was like, okay, well, you can go to university in Tehran, in Iran, or overseas. My original plan was to finish my studies in the US, maybe go to graduate school or go to medical school, but definitely return home just because of such great and fond memories that I had. And many of my friends, actually, that was the plan. We wanted to go back home, but there was a lot of uncertainty. At the time, I think we didn't really realize the impact of the revolution. I saw the initial signs just a few weeks before I came to the US, where a lot of Persian women were wearing scarves, covering their hair. I have three sisters, and all three of them, yes, all three of them had to wear hijab. They had to wear long sleeve shirts, and long pants or long skirts and cover their hair. The women's freedom, was not working out well. And then the war between Iran and Iraq, there were so many things going on that just, I changed my mind. I decided to stay in the US. So it was a tough time for a lot of people, the families that were living in Iran, whose kids had to go to the war, or they had to leave their homes and their towns. And at the same time, it was hard for the kids that were overseas because, again, the communication was not working out greatly and we were worried about their safety. I had a lot of Persian friends who immigrated to the US at about the same time. So we became each other's family. We became each other's sisters and brothers. Everybody felt very friendly and actually open to having people from other countries visiting and studying in the US. The fact that I could dress like this, that the fact that I could go anywhere that I wanted and I don't have to cover my hair, I could become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever the occupation would be. So I have my bachelor's degree in biology, master's degree in physiology, and a PhD in toxicology, pharmacology.
I couldn't imagine coming to a completely new country, 18, away from my family, going to a school, just thinking I'm coming here for school, getting a good education.
A lot of immigrants want to do better, right? So they want to settle in United States. They want to be successful.
They bring, obviously, diversity and culture to the United States. They bring such different energy and personality, of course.
So this painting actually is Persian art, and it's hand painted on leather, and it represents our Persian New Year, where we put 7 things that start with S. Of course, there are other things here, but that's the most important thing. We have that ceremony the same way that Christians have like a Christmas tree, that is our ceremony. It's a big, big event, lots of eating and just being the family and friends, being together. Yeah.
Growing up being half Persian, it's been great. It's nice because it's such a part of me that I'm proud of. My mom would always cook, Persian dishes, the food, and also just like whenever her side of the family comes over and they're all speaking Farsi and talking about different Persian things that they're doing and going to Persian party and dancing with like the music and all of that.
Family connection is extremely important in the Persian culture. and as well as hospitality and friendliness. It's a sense of belonging. So when I became citizen, then I applied for a green card for my parents, and then when my parents became citizen, they applied for green cards for my siblings, and that's how they were able to immigrate to the US. This wall is my favorite, my most favorite wall in my entire house because it's all about Persia. This tea set, what we call samovar, that's, having tea in Iran is really, really important. Everybody drinks tea in the morning, in the afternoon, for dinner.
Knowing all of the obstacles my mom went through to be so successful today gives me even more of a drive to, have a successful career and a life and continue the sense of culture that my mom has brought on.